to a show.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Off the Mats podcast. And it is me, it's your guy, it's Dante. And for this episode, we are going back to the gym, back to Crazy 88, that gym, my gym where I train. And I wanted to bring on another teammate here. I encountered him at our Sunday Open Mats, and very, very pleasant guy. You're always polite every time he's like, how are things? Everything's cool, And one day I picked up on the accent. I was like, oh, I want this guy on the podcast just for the accent alone. But also out of curiosity, because, we encounter each other and I just wanted to chit chat, get the story. So I want to welcome to the podcast today, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu blue belt, Crazy 88, Mr. Matt Sargeant. What's up, Matt? How you feeling today, man?
I'm doing well, thank you. How about yourself?
I'm okay. Hey, we're here. We're podded. I'm a little bummed out we didn't have Open Mat on Sunday.
I only found out about that on Saturday when Julius posted the message as well. Like,
oh no,
and so all week, like it's just been like itching.
I showed up, and when I pulled into the parking lot, it was full of cars. I was like, oh no. And I parked all the way at the end, as far down as you can go. And one of our other Severna Park guys, he's parked there too. And someone's walking out. I was like, you guys here for Sunday jiu-jitsu? Yeah, it's canceled. And we're like, oh. He goes, yeah. It's like, I was going to check the Slack, but I just figured I was at the door. I'd ask. I was like, oh, there was a message. And even you just mentioned it now. I was like, I didn't know there was a message. I just assumed. And
yeah, I had to message Coach Phil as well and be like, hey, have you seen this? And he's like, I have not seen this. Thank you.
I mean, look, we'll get it back on this Sunday, I think.
Yeah, it's Mother's Day as well this Sunday, so it might be light, but
yeah,
it'll be fine. Be fine.
I'll be there because
my
wife, she doesn't really care. She says she doesn't care, but we know.
I'm not great with the gifts, but my wife's like, after jiu-jitsu, you're going to take me to the garden center, and you're just going to be like my little plant bitch.
Dude, that's perfect though.
Yeah. I don't know. After training, I just want to go home and sleep.
Yeah, same. There are a lot of times I try to record afterward, and as soon as I sit down, I'm like, why did I choose to do this? I'm so tired. I can't focus, and then I have to edit. So yeah. After training, nap is almost always required. Yeah, but hey, at least we get the train, right?
Yeah, right. I was gonna say, can I swear or do I need to mind my language?
You can say whatever you want, my friend, because I'm going to be honest. If you don't swear, I kind of don't trust you.
Fair enough.
Oh, that guy's hiding bodies in the basement. He's not. I know he says bad words. I don't know anyone. Well, I had one guest, episode 13. Go check it out, y'all. He asked me before we started recording, could you try not to curse? We're promoting a children's book, so I understood the assignments, but now because he asked me not to curse, I want to do it so bad because it's like, ooh, I didn't care before, but now I do. You fuck.
Yeah, right.
He was a nice guy, though, and it was a great book. I still read it to my daughter to this day. So, nice. The Jiu-Jitsu Ponytail, y'all go check it out. It's a good book. But Matt, we're here for you. And I just want to know, first and foremost, what got you on the mats in the first place?
So I came over to the US. My wife's American. So I came over in June of 2017. And Coach Phil, who's my father-in-law, he was like, you should train jiu-jitsu. And I was like, I don't have health insurance. Like, I'm like a stereotypical nerd. Like, never even thought about like no sports whatsoever, never even thought about like martial arts. And he was like, you should train. I was like, I haven't got health insurance. He's like, you won't get injured. I was like, I'll tell you what, I'll go to one class. Like when I get my health insurance in August, like I'll go to one class, like it'll get me out the house. Like I was still working for my job in England at the time, so I didn't know anyone. It'll get me out the house. I'll give it a go, and then I can say I tried it once, and he can leave me alone. And I wasn't driving at the time as well because I never learned to drive in England. So he picked me up, drove to the gym, trained, and on the way back, obviously I got beaten up by everyone and anyone. I think he had me. It was like a tiny purple belt, and he was just like being really nice when drilling. And then it was rolling. It was like triangle, triangle, triangle. I was like, okay. And then he set me up with it's like a blue belt, but it was like a blue belt girl, and she was like 130 odd pounds, and I was like 200 plus at the time. And again, she was like triangle, armbar, and I was like, oh my Lord. And then on the way back, I'm like deflated, and I was like, I enjoyed getting the shit beat out of me. And he was like, yeah, it's weird, isn't it? It's like, yeah. And yeah, just got hooked.
There's something about it though. I try to explain it to my friends and they look at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, no. Well, I might be, but
Yeah.
there's something to it it's calming in some weird way. I don't know.
Yeah. There's been a couple times where I've had like panic attacks, but like other than that, it's like, but then just it's like you say, it's weird to be beaten up and still be calmed by it.
Yeah. I will say that on Sundays, I think the last 2 Sundays, everyone had a turn. It's like everyone I tapped hands with put it on me, and I was just like, I don't even know how to feel. And I can say that this past Saturday, even though I didn't feel like when I look back at the video, everything looked fine, but I didn't feel fine. So, I'm sitting there, I was like, man, I feel like I had a horrible day. I was just, my timing was off. Like I wasn't like challenging myself. It was like, I'll get it back on Sunday. And then we didn't have open mat. And I was just like, fuck, I got to wait a whole week now. But I will say one of the things on Sundays that actually has helped me in returning to Sundays, because I do kind of freak out in the mornings. I have like, I have panic attacks all the time before training, but especially going over to Elkridge for whatever reason. But like making contact with you, Phil, it has been kind of a thing that's eased me a little bit, because like I come in, Phil's always, cool. He's, always greets and he's very nice.
Yeah.
And then like I mentioned in the intro, like when I pass by you, you're always super, super chill and just very polite. So it's like, okay, everyone there is nice, but it's almost like having an anchor to know. It's like, okay, if I see them, okay, I can breathe a little and I'm good. So thank you for that. Thank you for
it's all right.
helping out.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's always like new class or like a class you don't turn up to very often. You're like, well, like, am I going to know anyone? Like, what's going to happen? And then you get there and everything's fine.
There's a seminar. Was there a seminar? Well, there was a seminar at Severna Park. I think Vanessa, or no, it might have been Chris Tran. Actually, no, they both did a seminar at Severna Park, but I think the one that I'm thinking about is when Vanessa did like the back take, back control and everything seminar, and I forgot. And when I showed up, like I paid and everything, I was set for it, but I forgot. So I showed up and there was a lot of Elkridge folks there.
Yeah.
And I went into instant like, oh no, like I think I left my gi top. So my first thought was, I can just go home. I don't have to train today. It's like it's fine, but then I kind of centered myself and was like, okay, we're here. Let's just get these rounds in, learn a little bit, and it's jiu-jitsu. We do jiu-jitsu all the time, so
yeah,
we're fine.
Yeah, once it gets into the swing of things, it's all right. It's just that initial like, I don't know anyone. What's going on? Like,
Yeah.
Who am I gonna like get drills with? Who am I gonna roll with? There's gonna be this social awkwardness of can I drill with you? I'm gonna wait for you to ask me. Am I waiting for what's gonna happen? Whereas like as soon as you've been 1 week, you're like, you come here, let's roll, let's drill.
Like, you're my buddy today. I
Yeah.
on Saturdays, even though I know everyone at our location on Saturdays, we're all friends, but I'm always the awkward one. And I'm just like, and I'll stand there, I'll just raise my hand, I'll say, hey, I need a friend.
Yeah.
Want to be my friend?
Someone, please.
It's like, I'll draw with anyone. And sometimes it's like the smallest person, like, well, fuck.
Yeah.
Like this might not work too well for me. So I think we were doing like Delahiva work in baby bolos and shit. I was like, oh, like, this isn't gonna work it'll work for them. They'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a hard time trying to invert and plank up on my shoulder and do all this weird shit.
I can do it, but when I do it, I feel like I'm a 1 month white belt. When you're like, okay, just give me some space. Let me invert a little bit. Don't rush me. Don't rush me.
like don't look when I'm doing it either.
Yeah.
Can't do it if you're looking.
Look away. I'll tell you when I'm inverted.
Like, I try to bring some of the Saturday stuff into Sunday, and it just doesn't work. Like, I always think to myself, it's like, oh, I'm gonna get them. All right, I'm gonna bring my Delahiva work here, and I think a couple weeks ago I tried to go Delahiva on you, and you just sniffed it out, and I was just like, huh. Great. So then I had to go mermaid sweep. I was like, I was just gonna have to do this. Like, I really wanted something else. Like, yeah, I wish we could do the thing I wanted to do, but you won't let me. Like,
yeah.
like, apparently, like, you're better at jiu-jitsu than me, so you won't let me do what I need.
I wouldn't go that far.
I think when you spend enough time with me on the mats, everybody starts to realize, Dante's just cosplaying. It's okay. At least he's showing up. When you talk to people outside of the gym, work, anything like that, and they find out that you do jiu-jitsu, what's the first thing that they usually ask you?
So I try and usually I play it off. Like they'll be like, oh, what did you do this weekend? I was like, oh yeah, I trained jiu-jitsu. And they're like, well, what's that? I was like, it's a bit like wrestling, but with choking. It's a bit like MMA, but without hurting each other. It's basically a bunch of guys rolling around together, just trying to hug each other. And they're like, oh, okay. So I was like, so it's man hugging. So everyone at my work, like, to them, I do man hugging. So like, I don't know. It's weird that everybody outside of the gym doesn't really like, it's like a complete, like, they don't care.
I think as time has gone on, it's become more of I think folks have so many different hobbies now. That's like, you hear jiu-jitsu is like, oh, okay, something I can't pronounce. Cool.
Yeah, but I don't know what that is. Have fun. Do you enjoy it? Yes.
That's the important things. Like, do you enjoy doing it? Yes, I do. All right, cool. Cool.
Are you hurting anyone else? Well, kind of. No.
Well, I'm hurting myself quite a bit.
Yeah. I struggle to move the next day.
Oh, yeah. That's always the case after wrestling on Friday. Then I go on Saturday. It's like, it hurts.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I always wonder that, because at my job, one person knows, and every time she sees me, she's always got something to say, and it's like, like I'm not gonna fight anyone in this building. In fact, you all will probably beat my ass.
Yeah.
Like, I just do this as a hobby. Like, I'm just doing this so I have an outlet and I can make friends as an adult.
Yeah, exactly. It's so hard. Like, watching my daughter go make friends, she'll run up to someone and be like, are we best friends? And they'll be like, yeah. And then you go up to an adult and say that, you're an absolute weirdo.
I'm doing it next week.
But
I don't
like,
know to who.
you can't do it in like an environment where you're all like jujitsu, like everybody is doing jujitsu. Like if you go to like I don't know, but like going up to someone in the streets and being like, let's be best friends.
I'm at the mall every day, so
Well, there you go.
I'm just gonna I'm just gonna be sitting there playing cards in the food court, and somebody comes over. Some guy asked us the other day what we were playing and said, "You mind if I play one day?" So I think the next time he comes over, I'm gonna say, "We're best friends now."
Yeah, we're best friends.
What's
And
your
then
name, by the way?
the next stage after that is going up to strangers, so they don't approach you. You approach them, being like, "Just so you know, we're best friends. This is what we're going to play."
I mean, it's that simple for children, though.
Yeah,
So, but adults, it's a lot harder. So yes, we need our jujitsu arena to form bonds and friendships. So yes.
yeah. I feel like everyone needs like a kind of club as they get older, and that club's either like a jiu-jitsu club or like a bowling club or a reading club or just some like common interest where you can meet people and have like one stage above small talk. Like, oh, it's nice weather. Oh, it's nice this. You can be like, oh, let's talk about this book. Let's talk about jiu-jitsu. Let's talk like. I think it's good just to have a club and a hobby.
I absolutely agree. I have a friend. She brought this up a few years back to me. She goes, um, I need friends. I don't have any friends. I
Yeah.
was like, well, I have some comments about that, but okay, keep going. And at the end of it, I told her, I was like, you need a hobby. Like, get a hobby, and that's how make relationships. And she was just like, I just don't know what to do. And I was like, I mean, there's a lot to do. Like, what
Yeah.
do you like to do? And then you kind of branch out from there. Uh, like, I collect action figures. I mean,
Oh,
outside of
nice.
jiu-jitsu, I hang out with a bunch of other nerds who buy plastic, and then we pose them in our basements, and then we take pictures and send them to each other and say, dude, like, I just got the new battle damage Spider-Man. And they're like, oh, dude, like, how's it? Like, what's the articulation on it? And I'm like, so you find your avenues, and other people who aren't inside of that. Like, there are a lot of folks, I'm sure, when they see us doing jujitsu or hear us talk about jujitsu, they're like, huh, that's different.
Yeah.
You
They're
know,
they're wearing pajamas and they're just rolling around. Let's leave them to it. They seem like they're having fun.
like they're sweating all over each other. It's
Yeah.
really bizarre.
I,
Who
I think
does
I think
that?
one of them is bleeding. And is that sweat going into the other person's eye and mouth? Oh my
Oh,
god!
and what's with the bare feet? Ew, feet.
And everyone's ears are all mangled up. Like, what's going on?
My wife told me if I came home with cauliflower ear, it was a wrap.
Oh
She was
wow!
like, "You need a new hobby. You are not coming home with cauliflower ear." And I think I want to say my third year, she looked in my ear. She was like, "What is this?" I was like, "I honestly don't know what it is. Like, what are you
Yeah,
talking?" Because I just didn't know. It all smoothed out. It was fine. So I'm not going to end up like Randy Couture with my ear all like looking like a fist. But
yeah. I think mine's all right, but like I'll feel them from time to time, and one of them's got like a little bit of a solid nodule at the back of it, and I'm like, "Ooh, that that's building up a bit." But we're married. I'm fine.
see, well, and that's the thing, like that, and that's why my wife said, like, if you come home with cauliflower ear, you're done because we're married. If we were not married, she'd just be like, all right, I'm out. I'm like,
Yeah,
all right, cool. I'm gonna go wrestle some dudes. That
yeah,
sounds weird, but like we'll work on our relationship after. Like, don't
yeah.
bother you and your weird ears. All right, so sorry. Let's get back to the.
All right. So, sorry, I'm throwing us all off course.
Oh no, I'm being weird. Like I'm from you're like walking us right into the right spot. I'm like, let's make it as weird as we can. Let's
Uh,
talk about the weird ears and feet.
Weird is good.
I think weird always makes for interesting conversation just because it takes away the veil.
Yeah. I think as long as you're on the same like wavelength of weird,
Mhm.
like, but I've met some people where like it's like disconcertingly weird. Like,
Oh
yeah, like, okay. let's just back away from you.
I had a coworker who was a guest on the podcast once, and I knew he was a little kooky, but he came over and did the episode in person. And as we're talking, I just kept thinking, I gotta vet my guests a lot better. Like, because if I say the wrong thing, this dude is scaring me, and he is huge. There's no amount there's no amount of jujitsu or even weapons that I have in my basement at my disposal, at least that can stop this man if he wanted to like rip me apart.
Oh wow.
Um, and it's not just that he was big, but it was also he was saying some kind of like kooky stuff. I was like, oh no,
Yeah.
like we are not the same kind of weird. Like,
Yeah. And you can't even like if someone's like there's like a fine line between challenging what someone's saying and getting them angry. Like you got to tread that line. Be like, you what you're saying is not cool or not appropriate, but also please stay calm. Please stay calm and nice.
oh no, when that dude told me some stories, I was just like, yeah, go ahead, keep going.
Just let him
I'm
roll.
not gonna argue. Like this is your platform, and I mean he's very nice.
Yeah.
It was just some of the stuff I was like, okay, maybe we got a little too comfortable. Sorry about that.
Okay.
But,
Well,
anyhow,
that's surely a positive reflection on you. You made him feel at ease. He's in a strange place, and straight away he was like, I can.
I mean,
Yeah.
I hear where you're coming from with that, and then on my side of it, like sitting there, I was like, man, I'm glad he feels comfortable, but I don't want you to be that comfortable because I feel really like because I'm thinking of escape plans for me and my family now. I'm like, okay, well,
Wow.
I'm sitting at a point where I am at the door, so if I know I can outrun him,
Yeah.
we're good. He's not blocking my way. But now I don't have my home anymore because me and my family just had to flee. So yeah, this just took a weird turn again. That I have that effect, Matt. Um, so when you started training early on, and like you came to the one class with Coach Phil, like how long after that did it take you to get on the mats at more of a consistent base?
So I was going like 4 times a week straight away. I dive straight in at the deep end. So
Nice.
yeah, it was like he in the gym. So he was he was like come to all the beginners class. He was teaching every single one of them. So he was like, I'll come pick you up, do the beginners class, and I was like, okay. And like I said, I had nothing else to do, so it was good. Yeah.
Good, good, good. In those early parts, as far as like any struggles for you, what was like some of the tougher things that I mean, I guess in the beginning as a white belt, everything
Yeah,
was the
like
toughest thing. But was there anything that you particularly struggled with on the mats for yourself?
I mean, not like not like particularly, but like again, it's like you're struggling with everything, so nothing's a struggle. Like I wasn't like I'm not fit now, but I wasn't used to that kind of cardio, so that was an issue. I didn't know any technique, so that was an issue. Like everything was a struggle, so nothing was a struggle, if that makes sense.
No,
Um,
yeah, I get it. Yeah.
yeah, the only parts of it like I didn't like was like, and even now I have to calm myself to, like, if you're a mount and someone's like mother's milking you and just like smothering you, like the calming yourself down and like slow breaths and stuff, that does not work. That makes me even worse. That I start panicking even more because I don't breathe like that normally. So like that change of breathing, I'm like, I'm changing this. I'm freaking out.
Yeah, that makes sense. There was a white belt. I think he just did the trial and he never showed up again. I mother's milked him. And
Mother's milking a white belt. That's so mean.
I was a white belt too. I was a white belt.
Okay.
Too.
I thought you meant like last week you were doing it, like season
no,
blue belt, and you're like, come here, trial guy.
Dude, that's demented. Like the only way you can get away with that as a blue belt is if you're fresh, like you just got your blue belt and you're like, oh, I'm getting somebody, but you got the blinders on, you don't even realize it's a trial class guy, you just get him down. It's like, no, but this dude, he never showed back up, so I assume it was that. But he did mention that like the claustrophobia of it all kind of got to him. So
yeah,
after the fact, he didn't tell me that before the mother's milk. That's even more sadistic. It was like, oh really?
Yeah, like I said, all the like caught in a triangle or like smothered or like side control and all that pressure and all that wasn't mine. It was just the claustrophobia. And like, it's weird because if someone puts their hand on your mouth, like it's annoying, but if like a gi just accidentally drapes across your mouth and it's that fabric and it like you're breathing in, that I don't like that. And
I
like
feel
when
like
you first start
kinda,
off, you've got that ego being like, oh, I can't tap to this. This isn't a submission. And now I'm just like, I'll try and get out, but if I start freaking out too much, I'm tapping.
yeah, I think when like the gi drapes over your face, or someone puts their hand over and try to like muffler you or whatever, it's like you can move your head,
Yeah.
you're like, oh, but mother's milk is like, oh, there's a whole body.
Yeah. And then you lean to the side and like someone flabby and the flab comes over. It's like, oh no, whichever way I'm facing, it's.
Yeah. I don't know. I try to make it a little weird. Like I nuzzle up to him. I was like, you like, you're not gonna scare me. Like, you don't have to do better than that, buddy. Like this is my first rodeo. Yeah, it's like I try to tickle him. Like, I'm not here to play games with you, kid.
I'm gonna try that next time a mother's milk. Just like go for a tickle or like whisper sweet nothings in their ear,
like right up to their armpit.
I'll bear it in mind.
Just like right there, coochie coochie coo. It doesn't work, but it gives them something to think about. It has never worked for me, but try to make it weird for them. Like maybe a no gi, it might work. I don't know, because the gi, a lot of fabric, but it's never done anything for me other than it made me feel better.
That's all I'm looking for.
Like I'm not defeated. I mean, I am.
But I got a moral victory.
Yeah, like I walked out there, I tickled that guy. You didn't though. Yeah. I tried.
No, but I could have.
Like you, I'll get you next time.
Yeah, you got off lightly this time.
So like in those early days, everything's a struggle for you, and that's part of the challenge though, is struggling day in and day out and showing back up. Like when you start to see like things working out, like succeeding, like what was that like for you, seeing like, oh, okay, I'm starting to pick up technique, or my cardio is picking up a little bit better, or I'm understanding like positioning, like top position stuff. Like what was that like for you?
I really enjoyed it, like especially in the early days where like every class you're like learning something, like like Coach Phil and same in Crazy 88, they kind of do a scheduled thing. So oh, this month is going to be X, and you just go on that. Like this month is guard work, next month is side control, next month, and then going through that. Like I enjoyed that because especially early days, you go, okay, guard, okay, first lesson, I know nothing, so I'm enjoying learning stuff. Second class, it's like, okay, I know some of this, and so now I can concentrate on the bits that I don't know. And you just that learning, that like exponential learning, enjoying. In terms of like catching people, or like it's starting to put like pay out. I don't know. I didn't really get that much enjoyment out of it. It was just oh, okay, cool. Like I got more of enjoyment of like almost knowing like that I was built like the drilling parts of it. Like in the early days it was, oh, I'm learning this. And if it doesn't work, then it was always oh well, it's because they're better than me. And if it does work, it's like, oh cool, it does work.
Yeah. I always think about those moves when like you're learning something's like inverting. Like this shit's not for me.
Yeah,
But I do kind of keep in mind that others there are going to be inverting. So at least like recognizing it,
yeah.
like, oh,
And
they're about to do this.
they're inverting and this is what they're looking for. So I just need to stop what I'm not going to do it, but like you say, just knowing that what they're looking for and what they're doing is half the battle.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a lot of lately. I think this past Saturday, I can't even remember. I know we were inverting. I know that much. And I was just like, I don't want to do this. And then it went to some other stuff and it started getting real crazy. And I was like, I'm going to try,
Yeah,
but just understand I'm only learning this for defense.
yeah.
I don't think I'm going to be the one.
Yeah, like some of the Saturday advanced classes, it gets so technical. I'm like, and then like you see like the kids like that are like 12, 13, 14 doing it all, and like they're dropping into the advanced class, and you're like, yeah, madness, absolute madness.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's crazy, but it's also like really neat because it's like, oh, that's cool. Like
Yeah,
I'm gonna get beat up by a 12-year-old pretty soon.
yeah, right.
So I gotta learn how to defend that soon. So
Yeah,
keep showing your toes.
yeah, absolutely.
Um, have you competed
So,
at all there, or
so
just kind of?
I competed once at white belt, um, and I didn't really like it that much. Like in, but I said to myself that I'm gonna have to compete at least once for every belt. So yeah, my competition at white belt, like I was like, okay, I've been training quite a lot. Like the thing that I was worried about being like the cardio aspect of it. So like I felt like I was at a halfway decent level. Like I was like, all right, game plan. I'm gonna do a single leg. I'll take them down. Side control, mount, fat boy, like S mount to an armbar or choke. That's my game plan. And like first match, I went to like get my grips and he pulled butterfly guard, swept me straight away, spent the rest of the match just like he was like, oh, mount to side control to knee on belly to mount. It was like 13-0. I was like, oh my God, okay. So second match, it was a Naga. So second match, I was like, okay, I need to shoot sooner. That was my takeaway from it. And again, I'm a terrible wrestler, but at the time, like we'd learned a single leg, and it was the first time I'd done a single leg, and I didn't want to be on bottom, so I was like, that's what I'm doing. So like I shot from like halfway across the mat, and he just sprawled. And similar thing, he was like, "All right, so now you sprawled. I'm just going to lie on top of you. You're going to try and move over." He gets him side control, knee on belly, mount, etc., etc., etc. So
All right.
that was my competition experience.
Well, hey Matt, you're a blue belt now, so you still got your blue belt competition to
Yeah,
line up here.
I've got that one. I need to be training more than once a week to do a competition though. So that's my excuse anyway.
I had the same kind of rule too. It was like I'll compete at each belt.
Yeah.
And I did do white belts. I have not done blue belt yet. I know grappling industry might be the best bet. And I'm not saying I'm gonna do it,
Yeah.
but I toy with the ideal every so often. It's like, why shouldn't I?
Yeah.
But like you said, like the training has to be more consistent. So,
Yeah.
or at least more deliberate, I think.
Yeah. I wanna be going into a competition being like, I'm at my best self, and so if someone beats me, then they're better than me. I don't want to go in and being like with like stupid ass excuses like, oh well, I could have done that, but I haven't got the cardio. Well, I could have done that, but yeah, I just want to be like, this is the best at what I am at the moment. How how does that stack up?
Yeah, yeah. The like going in and just losing to your excuses, I think is one of the worst. You go in, it's like, well, I only train once a week anyway. So
Yeah.
like I was supposed to lose. Like,
Yeah,
no.
like oh, well, oh, I could have won that match so easily if I was training 3 days a week. Oh, that'd be no problem. Oh, he only beat me because he's in better shape for me, and I could have cut those last 3 pounds, but I didn't. No, I don't want. I don't mind losing. I just don't want like I don't want those excuses.
Yeah, yeah. Which I mean, absolutely. I think that's one of the things with trans. Like, we get kicked around in
Yeah,
training. So it's like you go out there, the losing isn't the problem. It's like not having the proper game plan and then making the excuse of like, well, my game plan wasn't, the right one, or, I went against a wrestler and I'm not a wrestler, or I went against this kind of guard guy and that's my kryptonite. It's like, look, I mean, the best version of you out there, if they get you, they get you. But if not, you know, that's the whole point.
yeah,
Well, the whole point is like to go out there and just test yourself anyway. So, like, we'll get out there, Matt. We will.
yeah. I think we've got like my daughter's 5, so at the moment, like she's the priority, and like it's just it's. I mean, I think you've got kids similar age. It's rough getting to a consistent training schedule, like consistent and enough times a week. So
Yeah, yeah. Well, when you can find the time, that's the thing. It's like just finding that time and that balance. If there is such a thing, because when you got kids, the balance is usually like
yeah,
90-10.
it's a little bit
So,
skewed, but
but hey,
yeah,
as long as any time, you know, works.
yeah. My daughter just loves consistency, and she thrives under it. And like my wife's, she's rotating shifts, so sometimes she'll do an early shift, sometimes she'll do a night shift, and so like for one of us just to be there for the consistency, but then I thrive under consistency as well. So it's like I like Coach Phil's Tuesday, Thursday morning classes, but then I've got to be up at 5. And when you're not used to waking up at 5 every like third week is tricky and doesn't happen.
Oh yeah, I think I showed up to one of his early morning classes. Yet again, everybody got a turn.
Yeah.
And
there's
I
some
didn't know
like
what happened.
yeah. That was like my regular class. And like when you get to like know everyone's game, obviously it levels out a little bit. And then like I didn't go for a while, and then when I show up, people are just like, I'm gonna do what I want with you today. And I'm like, yes, sir. Sorry, sir. Anything you want, sir.
I think the one it might have. I don't even know what day of the week. It was either obviously Tuesday or Thursday. I showed up and I was just like, okay, I'm here. Bright eyed, bushy tailed, and I don't know, probably like I don't even know, maybe like 15 minutes in, I was like, oof, maybe this was not
Yeah.
a good choice. And when it was time to spar, I knew it wasn't a good choice. But for those who make those early morning classes, y'all are different breeds of humans.
Yeah. I like I say, I enjoyed it, and like that's gonna be my go-to once I can, but I liked those ones.
Good, good. Um, at least like you say, you have like kind of an ideal that was like, look, like this time and can work, and there's a consistency there too. It's a class that's
Yeah.
always there, and a group too, especially for those early morning classes. Like,
Yeah, it's the same people like every time.
you say people, I say sociopaths, but whatever. I mean, it's the same.
Tomato, tomato.
like I don't know. Whenever I think about it, it's like I think there was something going on at Severna Park at one point, like a wrestling early morning
Yeah,
wrestling. Like,
Shane's one.
I was like, that's even crazier. Like, jiu-jitsu is one thing, but like y'all are like wrestling. Like,
Yeah, I was like, I'm in an iron about it. I was like, oh yeah, that'd be really good. That'd be really good. But then 5 o'clock comes around and you're like, that's not very good. Sleeping's good. Sleeping's good.
I can't be at my best if I don't get my full nights of sleep. So
Yeah, exactly. However, will I continue up my beauty regime if I don't get 8 hours?
I mean, even though I went to sleep at 2. So
Yeah, that's not the point here.
So on the mats, like, what are some of the I guess positive takeaways for you, that jiu-jitsu is, kind of giving you, like, patience, discipline, confidence, things like that. Like, how does that trickle out into your regular outside life away from the mats?
I don't know. Everyone says like, oh yeah, it teaches you all these things, but I haven't found that. Like, I don't think jiu-jitsu is anything special in terms of sports. Like, the only thing maybe is like a little bit more confidence, just but like around people because of that. But I think like that's not unique to jiu-jitsu. I think if you're in any kind of sporting team, like you gain that confidence, you gain that like camaraderie, you get all that. Like I work as a software developer, so it's not like like if I was, I don't know, a security guard or something, like, yeah, jiu-jitsu helps my life, but like I enjoy it, it's a hobby, but I don't know, I just don't feel like it. I learn, I'm sure it has got transferable skills, and maybe I have changed, I just haven't noticed it because it's so slow, but I don't know.
Yeah, it couldn't be difficult, I guess, like, because like you said, maybe you didn't notice it. But that is a good point though that you bring up, is like, if you're doing any other sport, because as I'm thinking about like patience, that's not just exclusive to martial arts.
Yeah.
It's like if you're playing basketball, just shooting free throws takes a level of concentration and patience. Dribbling, because I'm not good at that. Like, that takes the same thing. I guess that's probably why I'm not good at dribbling, because I'm not very patient.
See, I'm quite like patient and mellow, so like I don't get that. And then like even with my jiu-jitsu, I'm not super aggressive, and I'm not going to go hard just for the sake of hard. So it's not that, like. And then learning new skill sets, like I guess if you do anything difficult, you're gonna learn that. Like, I enjoy learning new things. I enjoy like it being difficult. Again, it's not unique to jiu-jitsu. Like, I enjoy that in my work as well, and I get that from my work. But yeah, I don't know.
No, like, it's definitely, if you like learning things, if you like piecing stuff together,
Yeah,
that's definitely something in jiu-jitsu, or not even just jiu-jitsu, martial arts period. I mean, you can look at judo, kind of the same way. Jiu-jitsu, I know people like to throw shade at taekwondo, but I mean, there's still kind of a skill acquisition game being played there as well, and kind of piecing it together. So,
and I think as well, some people are like completely different. Like, some people, like, they don't train, or they don't do their hobby, and they go off the rails, and like they need that, like, oh, I know that on Sunday at 10:30 there's going to be a jiu-jitsu class, and I'm going to go there. Like, I guess the only thing that jiu-jitsu does is has made me like a little bit healthier, and I drink a lot less now. And that's not because I'm like, oh yeah, I want to like drink less and be healthy. It's okay, well, I can't drink during the week. Like, so then it's been Saturday and I don't want to train hungover Sunday, so I'm just not going to drink. Like, and like, again, it's, I don't eat healthy, but I don't eat as bad as I have. And again, that's based on the fact that, well, if I eat really, really bad and then I train the next, like, and then I go training, I feel even worse. So I'm just not going to eat because I don't want to feel like that.
Matt, you and I are the same person. The same reasonings for all the things. It's like, well, I can't eat this way because I got to train this day. Like, because no, that is a heavy thing in my mind. I wear a colostomy bag, so I have to. I fast. Like, if I know I'm going to be training Friday, I eat really light on Thursday, like Wednesday and Thursday.
Yeah.
And I tend to do Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, wow.
I was doing Monday, but basically, you know, Friday through Monday is when I would train. So like Wednesday and Thursday, I'm kind of eating like very like pretty bland.
Yeah.
And then we get into the weekend, it's like, okay, you know, I have to, you know, kind of feel a certain way. Yeah. And as far as drinking, we do a beer review podcast on Friday nights, but it's not like we're getting trashed. We split a beer. We split 2 beers between each other and, you know, kind of give our opinions on it. But besides that, we don't drink anymore like that because, well, first off, we're like old, but also too, for me, same thing. I don't want to go in hungover. I don't want to be a bad training partner. Also in that regard. So,
yeah.
So twins.
Yeah, twinsies.
But yeah, like there's like those little things though that, you know, those little changes that happen. But I think part of that, you know, becomes just maturity though too.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you want to think like, hey, maybe jiu-jitsu, maybe a better person, maybe do these things different. But you know, in some cases it's just maturity. And that's not to say, you know, as you get older, you start like drinking less and eating better. But because I have relatives that don't subscribe to that thought at all. No, I drink less. But you know, it's like it's almost kind of like jiu-jitsu's here. It's just kind of another, I don't want to say reasoning, but it adds to the flavor of, you know, eating better, drinking less, sleeping better, which one day, Matt, one day.
Yeah. So we went, I made a massive mistake. This is going off topic again. Sorry. We went to a concert on Monday and I was designated driver, so I wasn't drinking. But even still, like concert for a school night. And then we got home at like midnight. I didn't get to sleep until like 2, and then waking up for work like yesterday. And then yesterday I went to bed at like 7 o'clock and I slept like one of the best sleeps I've ever had, but I'm still tired. And I'm kind of dreading Sunday because I'm still tired.
The concerts in the middle of the week are crazy. Like my buddy, he'll always text me like on a Tuesday. Well, he'll text me before, but it's like a Tuesday night or a Wednesday night shows. Like, you know, you're trying to go see, you know, Everlast. You're trying to go see Cypress Hill, like on a Thursday.
Yeah.
Like, look, I gotta work in the morning. Like, no, but they do the shows and they do the thing and people go and I'm like, huh?
Yeah,
I don't get it.
Like, as I've gotten older, it like I used to go to concerts and used to drink and like be in the mosh pit and like get involved. And when I got a little bit older, I was like, I can't really go on the mosh pits anymore. I get tired. Like I get bruised. I get beaten up. Let's go on the outskirts. And then like now I go to the seated. Now I'm in the seated area. And like I used to stand up, and now I'm like, I'm not standing up for this whole concert. I'm going to sit in the seated area and I'm going to sit down. So yeah, turned into an old man.
Dude, I think I was that at 28. We went to an Incubus concert. I want to say I was in my 20s, I was like, I'm just gonna go ahead and sit down. My wife was like, no one else here is sitting down.
Yeah.
Stand up. I was like,
No.
nah, my
Yeah.
back hurts. Like, I'm a little tired right now. What are we doing? The
Yeah.
music out too. Can we move back? Like, and that was like on a Wednesday night. I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
I'm a preschool teacher. I gotta go like teach kids the color tomorrow.
Oh,
What are we
that,
doing?
that sounds, because preschool is like high energy as well. So,
Hmm.
no, okay.
It can be. It can be like there's like kind of a there's a finesse to it where you kind of pace yourself. You come in with the high energy because you got to do the morning routine, get everybody amped up. Once you get everybody to their centers and get them playing, you can kind of ease down a little bit.
Okay.
Lunchtime, stay ease. Now it's after lunch. You got to get that energy back up because you're going outside to play. So it's like
Yeah.
you got to kind of it's like a jiu-jitsu match. You got to kind of pace yourself. So
Okay.
see, I brought it all back. Matt,
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing here. Yeah,
I appreciate it because I'm going off the rails. I'm like, oh, you want to talk about jiu-jitsu? Guess what I did on Monday? Absolutely nothing to do with jiu-jitsu.
Dude, the last episode we didn't talk a thing about jiu-jitsu. We talked about comic books and horror movies. Like it, like I'm sure some people tune in sometimes. They're like, "Oh, cool! They're going to talk about this stuff," and they're like, "Why are they talking about GI Joe?" Like, nothing to do. Like, yes, it does. Storm Shadow, Snake Eyes, Quick Kick. Come on, they did martial arts.
I don't know if I'm too young for GI Joe, too old for GI Joe, or just GI Joe was not a thing in England. But I do not know GI Joe.
I feel like it probably wasn't a thing in England.
Okay,
It's a very American thing.
we had Action Man. You have Action Man?
No. If we did, then I missed that boat.
Okay.
Well, G.I. Joe, though, too, is called G.I. Joe, a real American hero. So,
yeah, we didn't have any American heroes in England.
I don't imagine that that's something, you're popping up on Saturday mornings. Like, and if you were, it's like, well, I've got so many questions.
Yeah, no, we did not. I think we had Captain America was probably the most Americanized thing.
Yeah. Captain America's kind of universal. He's everywhere. Yeah. So that will allow it. But G.I. Joe's a little different. Like, I think that is a very, very specific thing. I think like G.I. Joe's big in Japan, though, too. Weird. Okay. But just considering, like, I don't know if that should be the Saturday morning cartoon of the Japanese, but whatever. What do I know? Yeah. I think it had more to do with the action figures and comic books. So I think so. Let me get you a couple more jiu-jitsu questions here. Rapid fire. I'm going to wrap you up here because I know you're tired. I'm tired. It's late. I said, how you doing today at the beginning, dog? It's after 10 o'clock.
It's bedtime.
It is nighttime for us. And I still got work notes to do. So my evening is not done. I could have did it earlier, but my daughter wanted to read Jack and the Beanstalk.
Okay.
So I had to do it with all the different voices. And she was really into it. And then she wanted to tell me, because, kids, it's bedtime. Now they want to, how was your day, Dad?
Yeah. Mine comes out and asks like really philosophical questions. And I'm like, you're 5. Like, I want to encourage these, but at the same time, you're 5. It's bedtime. Go to bed.
Yeah, you have to, because I didn't. and now here we are. At 5 years later, it's still happening.
Yeah,
it's actually even more aggressive. And I think she told her mother that she thinks that I'm annoyed when we talk. I was like, baby, that's just my face. Like, what are you talking about? That's like how I look. Like,
like that's just mean.
So now I'm like tonight I'm like tiptoeing around like her questions. I was like, I don't know. Like, how was my day? But hey. So as far as jiu-jitsu goes with you for like where you're at currently. You say you're only training once per week, so that's the Sunday
Yeah, just
open mat that we're
Sundays.
doing. Uh, like for you with doing those, like, is there any, because like the open mat is mostly like, the king of the hill, and then we do some sparring. Do you do any kind of like away from the mat, like, I don't want to say studying, but like, do you look at like things just to kind of come in to work on when you're there on Sundays?
Yes and no. So I'll start off, like, I've been trying to do like leg weaves and like drop in and like grab both the legs and then either go around to that, or if I can get away with it, go up to mount. And like when I was starting off of it, I was who's the Australian Giles? He's got a leg wave YouTube video.
Oh, yeah,
Let
Lachlan.
yeah, his leg weave video. He has one on YouTube. I started off with that and then just went from there. But I like the learning, but I also like the exploring of it. So like if I've been doing the same thing and it's been failing, or like I've been getting stuck in a particular place, then I'll look at videos. But otherwise I'll just like go in, give it a go. Like, I mean, from a Sunday, there's like black belts and brown belts, and so they'll look at you and they'll be like, you're doing this good, do this better. This is what I see what you're trying to do. Try this. So like I mainly rely on them more than videos or studying.
Sure. I think that's how it kind of should be a little bit, because you can get that direct feedback.
Yeah. It's like learning to drive a car by reading the book. Like, it doesn't really work out. You need to do it. And then if you're anything like me, like I'll watch a video and I'll be like, oh yeah, I got this. And then you'll go to try it and you'll be like, I have forgotten every single step of this video. So
we're twins, Matt. We're twins.
Yeah.
Like I record everything on Saturdays. I record the coaches explain the technique. I record actually sparring and everything, and I go back and I look at it, and I'm just like, okay, I need to physically do. I have to like do the moves physically in order to get them. At least like the technique videos, when I record them, I've done them. So looking at them on the playback, I feel like, okay, I can grasp where I want to go with this. But if you show me something I've never worked on before, like, hey, we're going to do Kiss of the Dragon. No, we're not doing anything to the dragon. Yeah, I don't get that. I'm not inverted. Sorry.
Still scorned.
Oh, yeah. Like, it's because everyone does it at our gym and I can't. It's not that I can't. It's just like, well, because everyone does it. So it's like, oh, I know what you're going for. I'm going to stuff. And I was like, damn it.
I guess as well, because we're blue belts, the like purple belts and brown belts, when they're trying to invert, they'll do it on us.
Yeah.
Like, be like, okay, you're good enough to stop me if I fuck up, but you're not good enough where I'm if I want to do something to you, I'm going to do something to you.
Yeah.
So
and we trickle down to the white belts where we're like, well, look, shit rolls downhill.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy, but you're getting it today. Like, what did I do? That's the problem.
You existed.
And here we are. But yeah, like I know, like when I first encountered you in the Sundays, you're throwing those loop chokes on me during game. And I was like, look, man, like, and like weirdly enough, like I struggle with loop chokes.
Yeah.
So I had to like in real time figure out like, well, I'm not getting tapped in King of the Hill. You got to sweep me, dude. You're not going to tap me. So I figured out start rolling, but in me doing that roll, it just gives you top control. So
yeah. No, but, I do like I like loop chokes, I like clock chokes, and like this leg weave to grabbing the things. Like if I'm rolling with you first up and we're standing up, I'm just going to I'm going to spam some loop chokes from standing. Because
I've noticed.
Like, yeah, especially with like white belts, they'll come at you like that and be like, okay, I'll take that. And after like two of them, they like it fixes their posture, and then I'm like, okay, cool.
I think the first time, well, I think it was the first time I come there on a Sunday, and you went for a loop choke, and I was like, okay, can't do that again. I think the next time you're down,
Yeah.
and I paired up with you again, you did it again. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna let this fucking guy loop choke me and like tap me on like you can, yeah, you earned a sweep, that's fine. I'm not
Yeah.
letting you loop choke me in front of everybody. Not like this, Matt. Not in front of the company.
Yeah, but it works for like one class, and then everybody knows what I'm doing it, and then it doesn't work anymore.
Oh, it'll come back because we'll all forget. You know, you start doing some other stuff, and I'm like, oh, now he's wrist locking. Cool.
No,
And then
no.
gotcha. There's a loop choke here.
I'm loop choking and I'm heckling people as well. If they're just if there's a stalemate, I'm just shouting loop choke from everywhere. Doesn't matter.
You got to heckle people. You gotta mess with them. I know there are folks who don't. They're like, no, this is like a place of like business. It's serious. We're training. It's like, dude, we're wearing pajamas covered in sweat,
Yeah.
and like, there's
I,
nothing serious here.
there's something really funny about people like being serious about something is obviously a good thing, but like people that are like deadly serious about like anything, I think there's always something like really funny about someone who just can't take that just takes themselves too seriously.
Yeah, I think. Well, I don't think we have a lot of really good competitors at our gym,
Yeah,
and I don't think anyone takes themselves too serious at our gym, and that's what I think is
yeah,
really
that's fair.
unique. It's like we have really, really good competitors, high level competitors, and there's still room for seriousness, but also room for jokes.
Yeah,
Like, meanwhile, I've like chatted with others, not at our gym, that are very stern about like no laughing on the mats and like really,
okay.
because let me tell you, like when I am scared, I laugh.
Yeah,
Like, because I'm nervous as fuck. I'm like, oh my god, like I think this dude, like, I can't remember what like kind of choke I got caught in on Saturday, but I ended up laughing and tapping because I was like, but I was
yeah.
scared.
I'm just like if you're sweeping me mid sweep and I know I'm getting swept or I'm in a bad place, I'll giggle.
Yeah.
And yeah, I hope it doesn't come off like ha 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 ha. But
Well, no, because I think when I did the mermaid sweep on you, like you laughed,
yeah,
and it was like we both laughed at the absurdity of it because it's like I look, this is the best I got.
yeah, but it's also that I know what's coming. I know exactly what you're doing. I can do nothing to stop this. I'm going over. Goodbye, cruel world.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what it is. Like, looks like this is. I can't stop you, so all I
Yeah,
can really do is laugh.
yeah,
Um, but that's just the thing. We come out here to have fun. We come out here to learn, and we come out here to blow off some steam. Like, let's
yeah,
not take it too serious because at the end of the day, I mean, I'm not getting paid to do any of this, so I don't know about you.
yeah.
But
Not at all.
so we reserve the right to laugh. So all
Yeah,
right, I'm gonna real quick do a few rapid fire questions here before we get you out of here and get you some rest. Huh? First question: favorite submission?
loop choke. No,
Oh,
clock choke. Clock
no,
choke.
okay.
Yeah, I'll go clock choke.
We'll take.
Loop choke's the one that I do the most though.
We'll allow it.
Yeah, okay, thank
We'll
you.
allow it. So I can't wait the next time we go in. Like now I know what to avoid. Don't turtle up.
I mean, I've got to get you in turtle and get in a decent position first. But yeah,
Yeah. I end up there quite a bit. Trust me.
okay.
I,
I
I
look
think
forward to
I'm
it
not on the
then.
mats long enough on Sunday during King of the Hill to get to Turtle because y'all are just sweeping me. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, it's like I've got 2 rounds on bottom, and that's probably the whole of the like 45 minutes. I'm 2 rounds on bottom. That's it.
I get the 2 rounds because whoever I was going with says just stay out here, and I'm like,
Yeah.
no.
Or like one of the black belts sees you that you haven't been on bottom like the whole class, and they take pity and like, oh no, you're passing me.
It's like great.
Yeah,
Like Like I already knew my game was shit, but now this like the pity pass.
Yeah.
Your least favorite submission to get caught in?
Mother's milk. I don't know if that classes as a submission, but I'm tapping to it.
If you tap to it, it's a submission.
Yeah.
I can't wait to Sunday. Gi or no gi?
Gi. I've never done a no gi class.
You love to hear it.
Yeah. I've rolled no gi, but I've never done a no gi class. So like any kind of grip, I'm like going to go for a cross choke. I'm like, oh yeah, there's nothing to hold.
Let me tell you, those no gi guys are kind of weird. You didn't hear it here though. Most underrated position in jiu-jitsu?
I don't know.
Neither do I.
Yeah, I don't really know enough about jiu-jitsu, I guess. And is it underrated for someone that like in jiu-jitsu, if you're in my guard, I don't think that's underrated. But like if you go like MMA, don't be in like I don't want to be in bottom of guard.
Yeah.
But like someone that's like first day person, they're going to be like, oh, I've watched MMA. I'm in no threat. I'm in a superior position. Oh, you're choking me. Oh, you're armbarring me. So I guess that, but I don't think it's underrated if you do any jiu-jitsu.
I think it gets overlooked because we've been doing it, you're so used to it. So it could kind of be underrated because, it's just overlooked. People just think, oh, like I'm going to pass your guard or I'm going to get out of here. Meanwhile, there's a lot to do from there. So,
yeah. I mean, people that are good with half guard as well, like Big Scott or like, yeah. So, yeah, but I don't know.
Kudos to them because it ain't me. I tried. All right. So this is a good one. This is one that's dear to my heart.
Okay. But still rapid fire.
Music before training or silence?
Before training?
Mm-hmm.
No, music.
All right, cool. Because anyone that says silence, I will call the police.
That's creepy. Like someone sitting just staring into the blank abyss, like, I'm ready for training. If I die, I die. Like I don't know, that sounds nah.
Oh no, I'll call the police. Like
someone sitting there like after training, silence, just contemplating life and being like, I want my soul back. That deep, like distant stare. I completely understand that.
I mean, after not this past one, obviously, but the Sunday before, I drove home with no music because I really had to like think about everything the entire ride in silence. Like,
yeah.
I mean, and Coach Phil gave me like, some compliments and pointers, and I was like, that, that's good. I gained from that, but I was just like, did everyone really beat the piss out of me this class? Like everyone, like, geez, like nobody wanted to like, I don't know, just give me a shot. My hip hurts.
I can tell that we did roll together because you beat the piss out of me most times.
No, like, well, you were over, like at the far end, and I was closer to the entrance. Like we were kind of diagonal to each other. But like I saw you, and I was like, all right, well, there's Matt over there, and there's Navarro here. And it's kind of one of those weird things where it's like, I can go roll with Matt and we can have some fun together. I can roll with Navarro, who I've been talking shit to for months.
Oh, you got to talk shit to Navarro and Jeremy, and basically anyone better than you got to talk shit to him.
Well, I thought that, and then Navarro just kept ankle picking me.
Yeah.
And then he said, don't stand up in front of me. And I didn't. I tried to like pull guard, and then he ankle picked me again and then yelled at me. And that's when I looked and I was like, man, I wish I would have rolled with Matt. Like, we'd be laughing right now, but now I'm like just getting my ass beat. But either way, drove home in silence.
Yeah.
All right. And our last question here we're going to do is one training partner you trust in the zombie apocalypse.
So you can go two ways here. You can either go someone that's going to kill all the zombies and I'm just going to sit back, or one that's maybe a little bit slower than I am, who might like delay the zombies, and also like someone that I could like hide with, and we just avoid all the zombies. So I think my approach is going to be the coward's way, and that's hiding. So I don't know, who would I hide with? Maybe someone. It'd have to be someone small. So because if there's two big guys, we're not gonna be able to hide anywhere good. Maybe
now,
like
now it's got me thinking.
Yeah, see, I'm thinking too much about this. Like Dave Z, but I don't know him that well. Like we get on well, but and like I could pick his brain because he's interested and he's into cool stuff. But also like maybe Dave Z. Maybe, yeah. We'll go Dave Z.
I think that's a good pick.
Yeah.
Because you got smaller in stature individual, but he's a badass and he's interesting.
Yeah. So. Wait, but he is so fast. No, we're not going to go Dave Z because he's sprinting off and I'm getting eaten. Yeah, I need someone a lot slower than Dave Z. Can we break Dave Z's ankles and then I'll hang out with him?
Hamstring injury.
Okay, yeah.
Because you break his ankle, now you got to carry him. Hamstring though, he can limp a little bit, but he can still move if he needs to move.
Okay, yeah. We'll go Dave Z with a hamstring injury.
All right, that's perfect. I love to hear it. Like hearing it. Like as I'm even thinking about that question, I was like, I don't even think I have a person. I don't know.
Yeah, like I've like I say, I don't know him that well, and if he listens to this, he's gonna be like, I'm gonna kill him.
I was watching him actually, when we were doing grip fighting in the beginning, like I paired up with him and I liked it because it was like he was like super aggressive and I was like, I like this. It's it's forced me to do things. Then I saw a few of his rounds. I was like, I don't think I'm ready for that action right now.
Yeah, he's fun to go with because like he's high energy, but he's also light. So like he's doing cartwheels and he's like diving on you, but because he's so light, it's like you're not going to get injured. But he's so fast and he's doing stuff that you don't really see that, and he's good. So that helps as well. So you're like, oh, I'm trying out this. Does it work? No, it doesn't.
Well, like you brought up, he's high energy, and I think when I saw him that day, I was just like, I'm not ready for high energy right now. I went over to Epps immediately. It was like, look, we know what we're about.
Yeah.
And like we did old man jiu-jitsu at that moment. Like,
yeah.
I pulled guard, he passed, he tapped, or I tapped.
Yeah,
he pulled guard, and then I just stayed in his guard. He tried to wrist lock me. I cursed him, and then time ran out. I was like, all right, good round.
It sounds like a nice round.
Like, and no one sweat. Like we were like chill. All right, so we'll go ahead and wrap up there on that zombie question because I like your answer, and I think I'm just going to start throwing that at everybody now. So
okay,
and because I'm trying to gauge people's like, when shit hits the fan, the survival instinct is like, let me make sure this ain't somebody that's going to end up trying to like cut me up and throw me on the grill.
My kind of answer is kind of cut you up. It's a coward's way. We're going to hide, and if we're going to get caught, I'm going to leave you to be eaten.
But it's not the first choice.
Okay, no, coward is first choice. Then the sniving.
Because I would hide too because fuck all, man. I ain't got time to be running.
Yeah, and what kind of zombies is it as well? Is it like the slow moving like zombies that are like rotten, or is
we're not fucking around with the 28 days later like infected. No, I don't mess with them. They run too fast. They don't stop running. No, we do classic zombies when we talk about zombies here. They shamble. They're a little clumsy.
Yeah,
definitely dumb. But in Night of the Living Dead, they were breaking like the lights on the car, so they weren't that dumb.
Okay.
it's a whole different bag there to unpack. Um, Matt, thank you very much for doing this and just chatting with me and you know like playing in this wading pool of jiu-jitsu weirdness with me here because we talked
Yep.
jiu-jitsu, we talked weird stuff, we had fun here, and that's what I told you. It's like, look, man, we just gonna have some fun with this. It ain't that serious. So thank you for doing this.
No worries. Thanks for having me on, and thanks for listening to me ramble on.
Now, look, well, no, I mean, that part of that too is now, like we encountered each other on Sundays, and it's like, okay, pleasant exchanges. Now I'm like, okay, I know Matt now.
Yeah.
Now Matt's my peoples. So when I come in on Sundays, now I was like, all right, hey, what's up, man? How you feeling? Cool. All right, can't wait to mother's milk you. All right, I'll see you in a minute. Before we wrap up, do you have any shout outs or mentions you'd like to leave our listeners with here today?
No, just
no. Because you didn't. I thought I was like, I didn't give them the heads up on that one.
No, I don't sell anything. I don't promote anything. No.
My favorite kind of guess. Like, I don't sell nothing. I ain't snitching on nobody. Right. Well, as always, to you guys, the listeners, thank you. If y'all have any questions, concerns, or criticisms, please feel free to reach out. You can always find me at bjj.wiki on Instagram or Off the Mats Podcast as well on Instagram. I like to give a shout out and a thank you to my crew over there at Nerd Rage Radio. Bobby, Chris, Joe, Marilyn, Phil, Ricky, Tiki, all of them. I say so many different names. I'm sure I probably change some of the names too when I say it each week. But if it weren't for Nerd Rage Radio, I wouldn't be doing a podcast. So thank you to those guys over there. Appreciate you. I also like to shout out my other podcast, So You Like Horror. If you like scary movies, go check it out. I think the last episode we did was 7 from 1995. And the next episode we're going to be releasing will be the Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? And that's going to be covered under our horror television, but for kids, because, Scooby-Doo might not be scary to adults, but, it was meant for little kids. And they're not always terrifying for us as children, but that is a gateway horror thing for children, as you get older. That's why I watch so much horror now, because I watched Scooby-Doo and Friday the 13th, when I was 5. So, not good parenting around the house, but hey, we're doing better in my house. But if you like scary stuff, go check that out. It's So You Like Horror on Instagram. All the words are separated by underscores in the podcast. Well, wherever you listen to this, it's probably there too. So go check it out. And last but not least, I want to thank my guest here, teammate, Mr. Matt Sargeant. Thank you very much again for doing this and just having a good time with you and cracking jokes, because this was fun. This is what it's supposed to be about. It's a hang. We're laughing, cracking jokes, and clowning folks at the gym.
Absolutely. Thanks again.
No problem. And again, to you guys, listeners, thank you. We love you guys. We're here. We're here for you. You know what it is. You guys keep listening. We're going to definitely keep making these shows. Thank you, everybody, and goodbye.
They were with it. Now let me sing a song.